High Vibe Nation is live. Welcome to the High Vibe Nation, where we have set out to raise the vibration of every human being on the planet. Your hosts on this journey are Sherry Gideons and Pamela Aubrey. So let's join them now in their current interview with a high-vibing individual.
Hello and welcome to the High Vibe Nation, the #1 positive media show focused on raising the vibe of the planet. A space for you to remember the power within you. It's a love revolution. I'm your host, Sherry Gideons, and this is my co-host, Pamela Aubrey, and our co-host, Kat Hill. And this is Love Revolution Talk and Tunes Wednesdays.
Woohoo! Happy to be here. Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Happy Wednesday night. So, how are you today? Doing well?
Awesome.
Fantastic. How about you?
Doing well. So we were talking about just sharing our stories there just briefly before we came on, and talking about being authentic and just that, talking about our stories, and I guess relating that to music. I mean, that's music right there, right? Hey
Lynn.
How are you?
Hi, Lynn.
Oh,
She was on with us today. We were all in this group today. It was so much fun. And Lynn's got a new podcast. She's got her own new show. And it's amazing.
Lynn.
So much fun.
Sweet. I feel like I gotta
Thank you. Joe Ingram in the house.
Hello, Joe. Hi, party people.
We can start the party.
Ready for some tunes and some talk?
Let's do it.
That's going to get us going.
Cool. Yeah, well, we were just talking about solutions and just that we bring different solutions and can help each other raise our vibrations and like for me, music does that so easily, and I've noticed that for myself. So it was I'll start with the song.
Sounds good.
Perfect.
It's called The Prayer of a Song. I want to touch a life, open up a closed mind, use my time to change a heart, mend a broken way, help an old sinner think and show the weak just how strong they are. That's the prayer of a song. Born in the middle of the night, you can call the angels down, turn this world around. It's the prayer of a song. I want to tear down walls, make that runaway call, help a father to forgive. I want to start the dance, sing about a second chance, be the soundtrack for happiness. It's the prayer of a song. Born in the middle of the night, you can call the angels down, turn this world around. It's the prayer of a song. Bless my words and music, give me a voice to use it. That's the prayer of a song. Born in the middle of the night, you can call the angels down, turn this world around. It's the prayer of a song. If you hang on every word, you're the lucky one who's heard the prayer of a song.
was beautiful.
So beautiful. Love it.
Here's a question.
I'm really digging your background tonight too, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I recently just moved, so I put my paintings back up. So we got Tom. Nope. See, I haven't got used to that yet. Tom.
I know,
Petty,
right?
There you go.
Stevie. And yeah, just thank you for that. I figured I'd put them back up. It was Tom Petty's, it would have been Tom Petty's 70th birthday on like Friday, I think. Or actually, what am I saying? It was yesterday. So here's a question. What songs in your life have been like prayers for you lately, if any? What's on your playlist? What have you been listening to that has inspired you or just helped you through anything? Or
Yeah, I have a Modest Yahoo song that I listen to fairly often. That's kind of one of my favorites. And I mean, it's really just talking about, I know maybe people haven't heard of him, but it's really just talking about the idea of us all like living in harmony and peace together. And I can just put that song on and kind of rock out to it. It's really good. It's called One Day.
One Day? Sweet. And the band name, I'm sorry, I didn't catch it.
Modest Yahoo. He's actually a Jewish artist.
Wow.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, for me, a song that is near and dear to my heart and just has stayed with me for the last 25 years has been the Scorpions song, Send Me an Angel. I can listen to that song any moment and have it speak to me just as if they sang the song for me. It just touches my heart and it reconnects me to the angel within inside myself. And there's one in all of us.
Right on. Sometimes I think about that as like how artists, like when they wrote that song, did they have any idea that like, you know, it would mean that much to you in your life? You know what I mean? I mean, they would, it just, sometimes I think about that. I remember one time I was in Toronto and I heard this lady playing a song under a bridge, you know, and it was a Joni Mitchell song. And I thought to myself, like, wow, like it really makes, for me, like you really think about how, to me, the prayer or power of a song, like what it can do for people that you'll never meet, you know? And, but anyway, send me an angel. That one, right?
Yeah. Yeah. And it starts, it's like wise man said, just walk this way to the dawn of the light, you know? And then, like you said, send me an angel, and the angel comes to all of us when we call, and when we call, the angels literally come for us and talk to us and guide us.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How do you know? How do you know when that's happening?
Well, because I think all of us, you know, the more that we, you know, just listen and line up with our intuition is always guiding us in the moment for those questions that we can ask all of ourselves. And for me, that message is delivered like you and I are speaking right now. I'm a channeler. And so as I've grown and trusted that in myself, I mean, I can be woken up at various times throughout the night and a voice be speaking to me, just like I'm having a conversation with you right now.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Right on.
Yeah. Lynn asked if you know Lonely People.
Lonely People by...
She doesn't say on here. She says, do you know Lonely People?
I do know Lonely People.
I was waiting for that.
Joe Ingram says, did Kat not get the memo about it being Cat Day?
No, I did not yet. I thankfully didn't get that memo yet. No, I'm just kidding. I should pick up a cowboy hat being in Nashville.
I told him the cap is in the mail.
Yeah, literally.
He says, you called? I am here. I love it. I love Joe Ingram. Oh, he's just such a loving person. Oh, he's telling me you got to turn it off at night.
Why? I mean, turn off the angels talking to you.
Yeah, the angels talking to me.
That's some of the best time to talk to your angels.
Heck
right. Less noise.
When the world is quiet. Yes.
Yeah. Right on. So let me see. Time for a tune?
Yes, time for a tune.
I'll play a little bit of a tune that, speaking of, this song just kind of came into my head the other day, and you might know it. It's from the 80s, which I just dated myself, but by a band called Mike and the Mechanics. I'll just play a little bit. But yeah, the lyric is really beautiful, and it kind of made me want to try and learn it. And it's one of those songs, to me, this is an example of why I love songs so much, and just how they can give voice to like things that, deeper truths,
Yes.
I mean, yeah, you do. But so it's called The Living Years. Are you familiar with this song at all?
Yes.
I'll just play a little bit of it if you might want to hear it.
You sent it to me, and it came up today for me.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll see if I can. I'll play a little bit of it. Please let me know if you can hear the words, and otherwise I can move the mic. Every generation blames the one before. All of their frustrations come beating on your door. I know that I'm a prisoner to all my father held so dear. I know that I'm a hostage to all his hopes and fears. I just wish I would have told him in the living years. Oh, crumpled bits of paper filled with imperfect thought, stilted conversations. I'm afraid that's all we've got. You say you just don't see it. He says it's perfect sense. You just can't get agreement in this present tense. We all talk a different language, talking in defense. Say it loud, say it clear, oh say it clear. You can listen as well as you hear. It's too late when we die to admit we don't see eye to eye. So we open up a quarrel between the present and the past. We only sacrifice the future. It's the bitterness that lasts. So don't yield to the fortunes you sometimes see as fate. May have a new perspective on a different day. And if you don't give up, don't give in, you may just be okay. Say it loud, say it clear, say it clear. You can listen as well as you hear. It's too late when we die to admit we don't see eye to eye. Wasn't there that morning when my father passed away. I didn't get to tell him all the things I had to say.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that stuff. That's a long song. Thank you. I just realized I was missing part of the words, but I just feel like that lyric, so we open up a quarrel between the present and the past. We only sacrifice the future. It's the bitterness that lasts. It's like, So don't yield to the fortunes. You sometimes see his fate. It may have a new perspective on a different day. Hey.
You know Patricia?
I do.
Yep. So Patricia says it's Lonely People by America.
By America.
Here's what she posted up. We're gonna close you off, girlfriend, but it says this is
the whole thing.
Do you read it?
This is for all the lonely people thinking that life has passed them up. Or sorry, then by. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup and ride that highway in the sky. This is for all the single people thinking that love has left them dry. Don't give up until you drink from the silver cup. You never know until you try. Well, I'm on my way, yes, I'm back to stay. Well, I'm on my way back home. This is for all the lonely people thinking that life has passed them up. Don't give up till you drink from the silver cup. I don't think I know that one.
That sounds like a pretty cult.
You've heard it.
Seems
If
like
you heard it, it would ring up. You'd remember.
you know it, yeah?
You've heard it.
Yeah, okay. What's the melody? Do you know it? Yeah.
I'm trying to remember the melody because it's like I'm thinking of other songs right now, so I can't get the melody to come to my head. Especially if you're playing something, forget about it.
I'm like, I can't. Maybe I know.
Well,
it.
even when you were reading it, it totally sounded like a lyric that you would sing just by you voicing it.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'll check it out. I know I'm familiar with America, but more like I've been through the desert on a horse with no name. You know that song?
Glenda says
This
both
is
my
really-
parents are dead. This means a lot.
Oh wow. Yeah, no, I like, to be totally honest, that this song, it was like on Friday, and this song just popped into my head for some reason, and like when I listened to it, it made me cry because it's like I feel like so many, in my opinion, so many of us, like our stories are wrapped up in a lyric like this, you know, because for some reason people have trouble communicating with each other, you know, and I'm glad we stopped at that moment though, because there's another lyric or a page, and I seem to have fallen out of here, but yeah, it just, I mean, my story's in there, you know, and just, you know, I feel like you have this yearning for connection with your family, right? I mean, that doesn't always happen for everybody in this, you know, for whatever reason. People have their issues, right?
So true.
Well, and I think so much, I mean, just from what speaks to me, there was a time of severe loneliness in my own life where, you know, I talk about it a lot, where I was walking homeless on the streets, and the world, thought there was something wrong with me because I was going through some transformations and some inner self-discovery, you know, in myself. And that period of loneliness for me was new, you know, because I always thought that I had to be around people, and that people were, you know, what made the difference in who I was. But what I really discovered was it's in those silent times that we truly are able to tap into who we are in the inside, and we learn so much about ourselves.
Right, because you're not like basically being a performing monkey for everybody on the outside.
Yep. Right.
Yeah.
If I have a song that I wrote that kind of relates to this, I don't know if you want to talk about like a deeper, it's a kind of a heavier tune, but if you
No, sing it.
Well, it's about the idea of like, you know, on our healing journey, I feel like, and recognizing just, it's a song that you can sing to like the wounded part of yourself. And I know people have referred to it as like your inner child. And I never knew what that was until recently, but I'll leave it up to you if you want to hear a song that's a little deeper that kind of fits in with the one I just played, but and maybe it'll be helpful to anybody listening, but I haven't really played it too much yet, but I'd be willing to if you want to hear it.
Absolutely. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah. And it's called Wounded Child. And it's a song you can sing to the wounded part of yourself, or the part of yourself that maybe you abandoned or you didn't even know was there, or, you know, if people have gone through different traumas in life and you know, you sure you want to hear it? Okay.
Yes. Come on,
Yes.
girlfriend. We want to hear it.
All right, it's called Wounded Child. I didn't know I lost you some long time ago. The faded innocent memory of someone I used to know. I found an old photograph of you staring back at me, a distant reflection of who you used to be. Like a wounded child, you've been walking through this world. You look all grown up, but there's still a little girl who's longing for the love that she never did receive. My wounded child, tell me what you need. I know you're still afraid, you can't sleep in the dark. I know that you've been angry, I know that you've been scared. It's okay to cry now, I know you didn't deserve that. But don't blame your mama, it's all she ever knew. Your mama grew up a wounded child too. Wounded child, you've been walking through this world. You look all grown up, but you're still a little girl who's longing for the love that she never did receive. My wounded child went missing on me. I know you're still afraid, you can't sleep in the dark, but I can't live without you. Won't you bring me back my heart? My hand is reaching for you, you don't have to be alone. Can't you hear me calling you back home? Know that you can trust me now, believe me when I say I'm so sorry that anyone ever treated you that way. But don't blame your daddy, it's all he ever knew. Your daddy grew up a wounded child too. Wounded child, you've been walking through this world. You look all grown up, but there's still a little girl who's longing for the love that she never did receive. I wanna wrap my arms around you and give you what you need. Wounded child, you've been walking through this world. You look all grown up, but you're still my little girl.
Oh my gosh.
That's beautiful.
That was very beautiful.
That really takes me to kind of a big part of my own self-discovery journey, which was really built around my adoption and the things that came with, the loss of the relationship with my birth parents. And then later actually meeting my birth mom and then her passing away. So that is really beautiful. Thank you for playing that.
Samuel said that it reminds him of Waylene Jennings and Chris Christopherson. I remember, oh my God, Chris Christopherson was such an amazing singer.
Most definitely. And thank you, Samuel. That's a huge compliment to say that, because they're such amazing songwriters. And thank you, Pam, it's nice to know that, and Sherry just said it resonates, because that's a very personal song to share, but I've found that a lot of people that I haven't shared it too often yet, but it because it feels deep and kind of heavy, but when I have it, it resonates with people. And I think that's the point, right? So thank you for sharing that it did, because I feel like that's a huge part of our healing journey, if you will, that acknowledgement of those things and where we left parts of ourselves, or right. And I guess that's part of it.
It's so funny Absolutely. That just as you were talking, both of you, I just had a book sitting on the table here right next to me, just out of the blue. And I opened it up to this paragraph, and it says, there will come a point in our lives when we will understand that our answer is love, that our answer is love within inside of all of us. And we will learn to penetrate beneath all illusions which hide old resistances and we will finally come into oneness with the gift of who we all are.
Wow. So what does that mean to you?
I think that's a lot of what happened, in my journey over the last 24 years is I let go of the illusions inside my own self, the things that I thought I needed to do to be what everybody else said I needed to be in order to receive love. And that was always, people would say, oh, you laugh too loud, or you sneeze too loud, or you're over the top, or you've got to do this in the pro bodybuilding world in order to go with the what I like to call the program. And what I really discovered when I talked about being all alone is I discovered how I really like that part of myself. I really love the silly, playful, over the top Sherry. And it's okay if it doesn't resonate with certain people, because there are going to be the people it is going to resonate with. And that's my tribe. That's my inner circle of people who are living at that in themselves as well. And we're shining that to everybody else.
Well, there is that song, you can't please everyone, you got to please yourself.
I like it.
But I'm just kidding. But I feel like too, that relates to what we were just talking about in terms of like, like your imprinting or your, like, because a lot of us in some instances weren't treated the best when we grew up. And it's like, oh, thank you. You got to realize like, wow, man, that's not my shit,
Yeah.
And recognizing who you are on the inside. And it's a work in progress, right? But
yeah. I think part of it too, you guys, and I'm sure you guys can relate on your own level, is part of it is getting out of that old perfectionism belief and mindset that we've got to portray to the world that we've got it all together, and that, we're living, where we don't have human problems or human struggles like anybody else. But I think that the value is in bringing the real self forward all the time and telling everybody else, hey, it's okay. It's okay. And it's when we come together and share our solutions with each other, like being vulnerable in this moment and just saying, hey, I've been there too. And, I just kept choosing, when I saw that part of myself, the part of me that was trying to meet up to everybody else and their expectations, I just kept choosing to be the real me anyway, the silly, playful, over the top Sherry.
Right on. But I mean, that's being authentic. And I find that, it's uplifting, when you just be yourself.
What about you, Pam?
Well, I mean, I'm not very good at being anybody else. I've kind of figured that out. I mean, I've taken that perfectionistic journey and you get to the end of it and you're like, boy, that was a whole lot of wasted time and energy. Yep. And, I'm still just me. And if I would have just been me, really the way I wanted to be all along, then I would have saved myself a lot of heartache. And I think that's really the lesson. And a lot of it is that, we want to make other people happy in our lives. And I mean, this goes back to the journey for me, is that in losing my birth parents, I wanted so desperate. I just didn't want to ever risk losing my family, and so I would constantly wanted to be pleasing people, and especially my family. And so it just, it created habits in me that took a long time to break. And sometimes, it's not to say that we ever totally arrive, I don't think, but just leaving that space for ourselves, like, loving ourselves enough to allow ourselves to not be perfect all the time and not be perfect at not being perfect.
Yeah, right on. Anybody want to read it? Samuel's comment?
Yeah, so he's saying, I was thinking today, doing great work with intention doesn't require approval, and it's just you doing your best. If someone negative shows up, you can easily laugh it off and keep moving. Wow, so powerful and so true.
Great point.
Well, and a lot of times their negativity has more to do with them than it does with you, right? If you remember those things. And Pam, what you were saying about, wanting to please your family, I've been kind of reading a little bit and talking to some friends about that idea of like the things we learn to do as children that don't serve us as adults, right? But that did, that was your way of trying to get your family, right? I mean, it's understandable. So it's like, but realizing that as adults, these things that we did don't work anymore, right? It's like, that's awesome. It's giving me some ideas of some songs that I could play for next week.
Awesome.
But time for a tune?
Yes, time for a tune.
Time for a tune. Okay.
It's always time for a tune.
Right on. Thank you. Well, I'll play another new one actually that I just wrote, and it kind of relates to remembering who you are. Pam, you want to read his comment before I?
Pam,
I'm grateful for Tom Selleck. It was the way he could laugh at himself being interviewed on late night TV, that he is happy in his own skin as a parent, and watching Mr. Baseball again is a real pick-me-up when I'm down. Very cool.
Very cool.
I feel like it's really good to know what those things that pick us up are. And I've learned through this quarantine thing that, like, honestly, putting on some music really does it for me. Like Whitney Houston's I Want to Dance with Somebody, or like, like one day I was just kind of bummed out and I'm like, I'm going to try something. And then I put on a song and I was like, yeah, it worked. So it's good to know what those things are.
Yeah,
so,
totally works.
This song I just wrote with a friend of mine, and the intention behind it is to, one, remind you who you are, and I'll let the lyrics speak for itself and beyond that.
Wow.
To get anywhere in life, you gotta get out of your comfort zone. Stand up on your own 2 feet, get out there on your own. You gotta have a dream if you wanna see a dream come true. Listen to your heart, it'll tell you what you gotta do. Take your foot off the brake, you got what it takes. Ooh, you got a story to tell, believe in yourself. You are a child of the universe, you were born to reach for the stars, that's who you are. To get something that you never had, you gotta do what you've never done. The biggest chance you'll ever take is when you're not taking one. So go all in like you ain't got nothing to lose. If anything is possible, what can you do? Ooh, take your foot off the brake, you got what it takes. Ooh, you got a story to tell, believe in yourself. You are a child of the universe, you were born to reach for the stars, that's who you are. Take your foot off the brake, you got what it takes. You got a story to tell, believe in yourself. 'Cause you are a child of the universe, you were born to reach for the stars, that's who you are.
Oh my goodness, amazing. Very beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, I just wanted to take a moment to just tell our audience that this amazing woman that we have on here with us today, Kat Hill, she's got this amazing music on her site that you can all go and visit her site and download at thecathillband.com. And then as you see the beautiful art behind her right here, that is also this woman's amazing gift. She's a painter. She painted these pictures of Tom Petty and the microphone, and I can't even think of her name right now.
Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks, of course. And of course, it looks like the speaker. Yes, so you can go and get that. If any of you, we've got the ticker crossing across the screen, and her art is available at acrylicsoul.cat.com. I just wanted to take a moment to mention that, so all of you know that you can go and access Cat Hill's amazing work.
Oh, thank you so much, Sherry.
Yeah, and again, you guys, thank you for being here, and thank you for sharing. We really appreciate it when you guys share out. You never know who is going to hear something that is just the exact thing that they needed to hear today. And so we just want you to know how much we appreciate you being here and how much we appreciate you sharing.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you all. And just it's super great to be here and just, to feel connected in this time too. So yeah, do we want to play another song or?
Yeah, let's play another song. Sounds awesome.
Oh, and if any Tom Petty fans out there, since it was his birthday yesterday, if anybody does want a Tom Petty painting, I have a discount on Tom Petty paintings from now till Christmas because it's Tom Petty's birthday. So, yeah.
I can't believe how beautiful that painting is of Tom Petty. I mean, it looks so real. Like real life, like you had him sitting in front of you.
Thank you. Well, I love, obviously, from talking to me, but I just love music so much. So it's like, it's just another mode of expression, so.
Thank you, Glenda. We love you too. We love that you come here and support us every week.
Thank you so much. So I was going to play this song before the last song because it's, once you find your gift, you just got to go for it. But I'll do it in the reverse. So you do know this song, but it's just a reminder to listen to your heart and share your gifts with the world, because you never know whose heart or day it's going to change, right?
Right.
That's right.
If you listen to your heart, you'll know. Might be hidden in the whispers of your soul. They say everybody has one. If you're alive, some people find it when they're younger. For others, it would take a little longer. It's the thing that makes you were born to do in this life. You've got a gift to give. It's the thing that makes you want to live. Gets you out of bed in the morning every day. You've got to give it all you've got. So call it a gift from God. So if you're 25 or 62, what's the thing that makes you you? Find your gift. Doesn't even matter what it is, as long as it brings you bliss. Could be baking pies, or could be saving lives, or could be writing songs like this. So whatever it is you've been dreaming about, it's time you finally let it out. 'Cause you know what it is. You've got a gift to give. It's It's a thing that makes you want to live. Gets you out of bed in the morning every day. You've gotta give it all you've got. Some call it a gift from God. So if you're 81 or 17 or anywhere that's in between, find your gift. Find your gift. You gotta find your gift. And if you listen to your heart, you'll know.
Aw, so beautiful.
Love that one.
Thanks, Pam. I love the shout out.
You bet. Glad I could contribute.
That's so cute. That's awesome.
So, any insight on sharing your gifts or finding your gifts or?
You know, I think it's funny. I feel like that's something that really isn't encouraged for a lot of people, you know, growing up. And I think it's really something that as we get older, we start to think about more. And, you know, we really start to realize, gosh, we only have a certain amount of time. And what have I actually done with my gifts, you know, or my talents? And so I think it's really a cool thing that, you know, we have the opportunity to just like come here and talk about it, you know, that we get to hear a song about it. It's like that little bit of inspiration, like, oh yeah, you know, I need to remember it matters.
I feel like it does matter. I mean, because it can help people's lives, right? And fundamentally it brings you joy, right? It makes you come alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, and a message that came forward, you know, today when Pam and I were on this summit about, you know, impacting and bringing your value, the value that you have from your life's experiences and your life story, that these are all stories and people want to hear those stories because they've lived so many of the similar stories. And, you know, when you just come forward and bring your gifts, like my gifts have always been to talk and to communicate and to lift people by tapping them into the gift that they are. And the more that I have, you know, I mean, it's sad to say that a lot of times we discover this as we grow older, but as I kind of moved past the age of 50, even more and more, I realized, you know, how I love my gifts and I honor those gifts.
right on. Well, as I said, I do feel like they, you know, light us up as well as help other people, and that's a good indicator of what they might be, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even if
For
it's
sure.
like, it was funny. Just after I wrote this song, my friend really loved it, and he was like, he sent me this article. He's like, "You're not going to believe this, but there's an article in the Tennessean, which is a paper in Nashville, about a woman who's in her 90s who's like famous for making pies."
Love it.
Part in my song about, you know. So I just thought that was funny. So like, yeah, whatever it is, right? I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
you know, so right on. So do we, I know we were talking about random acts of love. Speaking of love revolutions,
Mm-hmm.
observe any this week or anything like that? Or did anybody notice one?
Go ahead, Pam.
No, go ahead. It's fine.
I was just going to say, so I have this new friend and I was just talking to him recently and he said, you know, I love how you just absolutely see the gift in everybody and how you're actually looking away from anything that they may be doing. And you're just always seeing them as their true selves. And so one of the things I said to him is this conversation that Pam and yourself and I had last week about random acts of love. So I had somebody come into my business and I just broke out. I remembered that you two had said that and I broke out and I said, my God, I said, do you know what a light, how bright you are today walking in here? I said, man, you're so beautiful. And she looked at me like she didn't know how to receive that. And and I stepped back for a second and I said, "You truly are." And then I just left it at that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Kat?
I've been kind of just pondering that. I mean, I feel like my random acts of love lately have been similar things. In that, like, just taking a moment to write somebody a note that says, "Hey, I just wanted to thank you for your light, or the difference you've made in my life, or express some gratitude." And I know those things are small, but when that happens in my life, or when I get some message out of the blue, and some that just sometimes you get it right when you need it. You know what I mean? And so, Pam, you want to read that?
Very cool. Yep. Samuel says, we have to do a better job helping the youngins discover theirs and not put them in the parents' wants box, which kills their dream. Couldn't agree more, Samuel. Love that.
Love it.
Dream
Well,
Crushers. Just kidding. Go ahead.
What was that?
No, I said Dream Crushers. Sounds like a band name. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah, right? Well, one of my, I hadn't done this in a while, but this week, and this is kind of something I really actually enjoy doing, but is just sharing out like a card, something that has spoken to me during the week. And so I did that earlier this week, just a really short live. But what was interesting is that and this is typically what happens, is that when I do the live, I come away from it feeling like, me trying to give this message out to other people has actually deepened the message for me. And so that was just something that was beautiful for me to be able to share, but also for me to be able to experience just being there, knowing that it touched people, when I went back to read their comments, that it was supportive for them.
May I ask how you mean it deepened the message for you? Like, what you mean by that?
Well, because a lot of times when I do share them, I'm sort of getting the information, I don't really plan it. I mean, I sort of get the information to say, as I'm saying it. And so it's really like a gift to me as much as it is for anyone.
For sure. I totally understand that, because that's how I feel about playing music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it means so much to me to know that it resonates, but it also lifts my spirits at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I thank you for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
Time for a tune?
Yes.
Yep. Okay.
We're ready.
Yeah. Well, I forgot to say one thing. Over on the Love Revolution here, we're encouraging random acts of love. So over the next weeks, see what you can do. When is the last time you dropped 100% tip because you can? I love watching the response and observing the gratitude.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We can try that out right now if you'd like.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
what we're doing.
Yep. Thank you, everyone, for sharing this out. We appreciate you.
The song's called Random Acts of Love.
Here we go.
There's a preacher and a teacher, a seeker and a friend. I went to talk to him about the trying times we're living in. He brought me in and sat me down. We shared a pot of tea, and in a quiet voice she spoke these words of wisdom to me. Random acts of love, the best you can do. Pay for the meal of the person standing in line behind you. Show a little kindness to everyone you meet. Even if it's just a smile to a stranger on the street. Sometimes the smallest things can cause the biggest change to come. Random acts of love. Random acts of love. Random acts of love. Shine a little hope, say what someone needs to hear. Be the antidote to hatred, the opposite of fear. You can change the world from right where you are. Dare to be the difference. Dare to touch a heart. Random acts of love is the best you can do. Pay for the meal of the person standing in line behind you. Show a little kindness to everyone you meet. Even if it's just a smile to a stranger on the street. Sometimes the smallest things can cause the biggest change to come. Random acts of love. 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 Random acts of love.
So beautiful.
Such a great song.
Thank you.
I love that. I wanted to open up and speak about this other. I like I said, I love tapping in from my heart and just letting my left hand open up any book, because we're all vibrating energy, and energy flows from within our beingness, and it is coming out of our fingers. And so when the left hand is closest to our heart. And so when we just open up a book and allow ourselves to receive the message in the moment, any book will tell us what we need to hear.
Awesome.
And so in this moment, I opened up and the paragraph says, there is a grace that lies within all of existence. This grace you can call God, the universe, your higher power. This grace is pure love, and it is already you and within you. And when we open ourselves up to receive in the moment of silence, that grace is always there whispering to you, this is you. I have never left you, and I am always with you.
I love that. And, it's so interesting because I literally, as I was talking about pulling the card, I thought, I think I'm going to be sharing a card tonight. And this fits perfectly with what you were just saying. So if you can see that.
God, yes. Expansion.
Expansion.
Yes. Oh my God. I have the chills everywhere.
And that's exactly what you're talking about, is this idea of us expanding into who we are really created to be, into who we really are.
Mm-hmm. Wow. So beautiful. Well, and we know there are no accidents.
That's right.
And that's a great segue into this song called What? If You Could See You.
I love
Perfect.
it. Beautiful.
Looking at you, I gotta say, you're so amazing in so many ways. If you could only see what I can see, then you would have to take it from me. You could see you through my eyes. You could see someone with so much beauty inside. You find love that can't be denied. If you could see you, you could see you. If you could see you through my eyes. I know you've got your distant reasons, all those things you say you're working on. I gotta tell you, from where I sit, you wouldn't find one damn thing wrong. If you could see you through my eyes, you'd see someone with so much beauty inside. You find love that can't be denied. You could see you, you could see you, you could see you through my eyes. Caterpillar to a butterfly, All angels have wings to fly, so as sure as the sky is blue, deep down you know it's true. If only y'all could see you through my eyes, you'd see someone with so much beauty inside. You'd find love that can't be denied. If you could see, if you could see you, if you could see through my eyes, if you could see, if you could see you, if you could see through my eyes.
Perfect. And we all are so grateful to be here with all of you tonight and to be able to share this beautiful music out with you. So thank you, Kat, for that.
I am honored to be here, and just, makes me feel as good. I'm just super grateful too. I'll read the comment. The only time Sarah met my father, the bill was 20 something. I gave the waitress a 50 and said, "Keep the change," and she started crying. Aw. Yeah. Random acts of love. I had someone give me a $20 tip when I was in college, made my week. I was so broke. Just wish I could have thanked him. Aw.
I love those random acts of kindness. And Samuel says, "Where is the banjo?" And what is that? How do you say that? Mandolin player hiding?
The mandolin player? Oh, he's taking a nap. He's taking a nap. Yeah.
Ah, there he is.
Yeah.
Yes. Wow. Wow. Thank you, everyone, for sharing this out. We're super grateful that this has resonated with you and that you continue to support us weekly on the High Vibe Nation, the Love Revolution Talking Tunes with Cat Hill from the Cat Hill Band.
And yeah, thank you for joining us this evening. And it just made my day and made my night. And we look forward to being with you next week, and keep on shining your light, right?
Yes. Let's bring out the lighters.
Bring out the lighters. You got, and just until next time, right? This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, 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 let it shine. So, peace, love, and love revolution, right?
That's right. That's absolutely right. And so for those of you who've been watching us here on the High Vibe Nation Love Revolution Talkin' Tunes Wednesdays, we have been listening to Cat Hill from the Cat Hill Band. You can find her on the web at www.thecathillband.com. And she's an amazing artist and painter. And you can find her with her paintings at www.acrylicsoulbycat.com. That's acrylicsoulbycat.com. And we are live here on Facebook, on YouTube, and we are live on Monday evenings at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time and on Wednesdays at 5 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Right now, because the time, the clocks will change, I think, on November 1st. So until then, you guys have an amazing rest of the week. And Pam, why don't you share with us how they can find us on the web at the High Vibe Nation?
Of course, you can find us at thehighvibenation.com, also on Facebook at The High Vibe Nation, and then on Instagram at The High Vibe Nation.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, again. And until next week, you have an amazing rest of the week. We love you all.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
From everybody here at the High Vibe Nation, we want to say thank you for choosing to raise your vibration. And of course, please like, share, and subscribe. If you need to find us on the web, check us out at www.thehighvibenation.com. Looking forward to seeing you on